Food?
Alright. So, sup, fuckers? This is Lovely. I'm Nightwolf Kuro and Chalk People.
Hi.
Don't just
I
say
am.
hi.
I am Dust the
damn it.
Fox.
Speak, people, or I will beat you up.
I am Victor Hale. The usual.
Wait, are we signing in as characters or?
No, we're signing in as ourselves.
Signing in as ourselves, I am Celestial Angel Wolf, aka Charlotte Suzuku. I go by whatever, so fuck yeah!
Fluffy Butt.
Alright, this is Dragonfire Shadow 88, also known as Dragonfire and other characters, yeah.
And this is Viper.
To me, it sounded like she said "fuck."
No!
No, I heard Viper. I didn't hear the ver part. I only heard the fuck part.
Yeah, you go. Anyways, so what are we going to explain?
Apparently Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yes.
So
rather,
basically, to
7 Nights
explain
at
everything
Freddy's.
on what's going on here, this stream is called Attack of the Animatronics. So basically, we have our own little thing going on. And this is story-based, so if y'all have any ideas for story-based, please let us know in the chat, and let's get this thing started, shall we? So, Dusk, start it off.
Okay. All right. So this must be the place. And there's no one here. Hang on. Hello? Delivery.
Approach the door.
Oh, hello.
Hi there.
I have a delivery for some supplies. Some plates, cups, party favors and stuff. And also I was sent something from the company, and you need to check out what's in this box. You need to do some tests. There's also a recorder inside giving you instructions. All right. Here you go.
Well, unfortunately, I'm not here currently, so leave them out on the front porch.
Oh, all right.
Graham.
All right. Leaves everything there. Oh, wow. Weird place. Walks off.
Meanwhile, in a different location, Zach was running back to the Sky Army, but sees a note on the ground. Huh? What's this?
It was a.
David.
Oh.
Let's see. What? Okay, this is really confusing. What the hell? Alright. Zach adjusts his headphones and runs to a house that was in the forest and knocks on the door. Hey, yo, Minato, you here? If you're not here, I'll bust down your door again with TNT.
Fuck off!
Oh, really? You're gonna give me that attitude, fucker?
Walks over.
Okay, you little shithead. Come on. You know me. I will do something to get your fucking attention. And you know that the last time you did not answer, I blew up your fucking door with TNT. Well, technically, that was Bulldale's idea, but still.
Why do you think I said fuck off?
So, apparently, from what I've seen lately, I found this note on the ground when I was heading here. Apparently, it was about a faculty of some sort, and I'd kind of looked into it with a friend of mine beforehand. Me and Vichito actually took a look at it, and it seemed pretty cool, honestly. We saw a few kids there earlier. But when I saw this note, I kind of speculated a bit. I don't know. Here, just take a look at it. He hands the note to David.
Takes a look.
Let's see.
It's a threat.
A threat? What do you mean a threat?
Look
Huh.
closely.
Why are they sending you a threat, though? That's the question.
It's pretty obvious they might have a vendetta against me. Although in this case, it may just become fruitless if we don't do anything about it.
Honestly, I think it would be the best idea for you to take a look around the area. But I don't know if going in would be the best option. I mean, taking a look inside of the faculty would be a good idea, but you don't know what's in there.
Understandably so.
Yeah. Wait, why does it say on... Oh, I see. On the note it says, "Come alone, nobody else follows. Just you alone, no one else."
Could also be a trap now that I think about it.
Well, I mean, I highly doubt it. And plus, if they're looking for you, then technically means they're targeting you. So who knows? It might just be that typical villain again. I mean, come on, Enderlocks was typical.
Enderlocks was typical, but also smart.
Again, you're missing the point.
Whatever.
I do have one thing to say, though. Well, then again, it just could be me. I haven't seen Celestial lately. She might be, in the end, doing her own thing. I don't know.
That's alarming.
Look, come on. Why not take an investigate and look at that faculty and see what's up, at the very least? And hey,
Fair enough.
it's daylight, so there's no way in hell some wild animals are gonna come out and scare us, so...
I guess we can take a shot.
Yeah. Alright. Alright, come on. If I did, and I'm serious, if you don't get your butt up, I'll drag you. I'll do it.
Bitch, look at my feet. I'm already standing.
I know, but still. I mean, if you're not gonna move, I will drag you.
Face palms. Alright. Let's get this over with.
Alright. Zack leads the way. Onward!
Really?
Yes! Oh, look at that. There was a few kids running towards where the faculty was. Wow. Didn't know the faculty would still be running. It seemed to be abandoned in my eyes.
That's why I said it would be a trap.
Ah, come on, dude. Zack hits David in the back. Stop getting all tightened up. We don't know if it is, and plus we'll be just fine. You're getting too worried about things. Alright, let's see. Zack pushes open the door and sees a couple of kids running around. Huh. Let's see. Well, they're having fun. Come on. Zack leads the way, walking in.
Walks through.
Oh, shit. He looks at the animatronics that were on stage and then notices the two coves that were on the right and the left. Man, this place is big. Holy shit.
No kidding.
Zach looks over and sees two party rooms. What? They got party rooms here? Awesome. That's pretty cool.
Looks around.
Man, these kids are having some fun here.
Something sounds like someone reading a story coming from one of the party rooms.
Zach walks over to the party room and looks in. Ooh.
And then they live happily ever after. The end.
The kids that were in the party room smiled and cheered because of what happened in the story. Aww, that's so cute.
Smiles.
Zach walks over to David. What's up?
Something isn't right about all this.
Dude, come on.
My paranoia.
It's probably your paranoia. I mean, come on. This place looks harmless. Kids are running around having fun. You have your robots doing their own thing. It's pretty cool.
True. It is kind of cool.
Zach looks over to one of the coves. Hey, that one looks just like Nightwolf. He points to the cove on the right.
Looks over.
Looks like the kids are trying to play with them. It's really cool. I didn't know they made them look like our friends. Man, these people are smart.
Keeps looking around.
I mean, this area is just... Oh, one of the kids over where the other cove is waiting for the robot to come out. I guess it might be shut down or something. Who knows, though? Is something bothering you, Vic?
A little bit, but not entirely.
Dude, come on. You sound like you're a bit paranoid. How do I doubt anything's bad about this place? I mean, it looks just fine. It looks safe. There's nothing wrong with it.
Keeps
Hold
looking
on a second.
around. Why go through all the trouble of setting me a threat when everything's going so well?
And then Vic just like bends down.
The kid that was near Nightwolf's cove looks at Nightwolf. Oh, it's a Wolfie!
Nightwolf bends down.
Zach looks over. Hey, yo, David, look! He points
Looks
to Nightwolf and the kid. The kid raises his hand to touch Nightwolf's hoodie. Ooh, are those wolf ears? Zach was looking at both the kid and Nightwolf. Why do I keep thinking something might happen? It could be just me. Hey, yo, David.
Yeah.
Do you think something's gonna happen to that kid? I mean, an animatronic bending over, looking at the looking at the kid, kind of might give that bad vibe.
No kidding. That's what I was thinking. The same thing.
Do you think that animatronic might,
Do something about it.
Dude, what I'm talking about is what I'm saying. Do you think that animatronic might attack that kid?
It's possible. Definitely possible something could happen.
Nightwolf walks off the stage and goes to grab the kid's shoulders.
David? Should we help the kid?
I would think so. Gets ready.
The kid looks up at Nightwolf and smiles. Zach tilts his head. Huh. And I guess it was my own paranoia.
No kidding.
The kid smiles at Nightwolf and runs off. Huh. Seems a bit odd, though. I mean, how... That note seemed like a threat, but it doesn't seem like it's anything bad here, at the very least.
You're telling me.
Zach fixes his headphones for a minute and thinks.
A couple of employees seem to be talking about something near one of the party rooms.
Zach walks over but hides. The hell?
Man, I don't know why they think it's safe to put that animatronic out early without even testing it. Man, I know. Yeah, good thing that we managed to notify the manager quickly. I don't know who placed the animatronic there. True. Yeah, good thing we pointed it out before some kid got hurt. Seems like the programming on it seems to be what it was sent in for. But oh no, it still needs to be tested. Yeah, if we ever find, I don't know, the boss will ever find the one who even put it there. Agreed. At the one of the party rooms, the party room where one of the animatronics was, it was rather closed off a bit, and it says needs shut down for maintenance.
Zach stands up and backs off and walks over back to David. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
I got a favor to ask you.
What?
Do you think maybe you could stay here and try to see if you can get down a few things? Maybe some information, maybe useful data about this place? This place just seems a bit odd to me.
Understandable.
And plus, Zach only speaks to where David can hear him. I heard two of the employees talking near the party room. Apparently one of the animatronics was shut down. Probably put for maintenance.
That's something.
Look, I just want you to stay here for a while and make sure you can grab a few information or at least some data on what's going on here.
No kidding. I'll be sure to.
And besides, I highly doubt these animatronics will do anything. They're harmless.
Unless otherwise stated.
Come on, don't get so paranoid. They're just harmless animatronics. They're not gonna do anything.
You noticed something earlier too. Don't deny it.
I know, but again, that's just probably my paranoia talking. Me or just second guessing things, or me just taking a few guesses. You know me too well, so.
A true point, but
Look, just see if you can stay here for a while and get some information. In the meantime, I could stay here. No, not. I can see if I can look around a bit, and then after that, I will head back to the Sky Army and inform them of what's going on. Just don't let yourself go crazy while you're here, okay?
I'll do my best.
Zach flicks David's forehead and walks out. Wish you the best of luck.
Looks around. Starts walking around the place, noticing a few things, but doesn't try to comment. Takes a look around, trying to listen in on anything that might be happening. No, paying attention to what he heard earlier. If there's an animatronic on standby, why would this be advertised as a safe place? And furthermore, why send me a death threat? And telling me to come alone. Heads out towards the main area. A observing everything he could about the place. And then heads back to the party room.
Ah, hello there. You seem to be looking around at the place, aren't you?
Well, no kidding. Here's a quick question. She holds him the note. Who sent me this?
Well, I don't know anything about that. By the way, well, you actually seem to be. Ah, let's see. Well, I want to know something. You seem to be like someone who could handle themselves. I want to know if you would like to be a part of the night shift.
The night shift?
Yeah, we need a new security guard. The last one kind of quit on us. Or, yeah, he kind of quits.
The
He
last
left.
employee
He left
was.
saying something about the job being too hard. Looks like he wasn't up for the challenge of being a night guard.
No kidding.
Oh, would you like to be part of the night shift?
I think I might actually.
Well, that's great news to hear. What's your name?
My name's David.
Ah, David, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
My name is Jared Fisher.
Well then. Nice to meet you, Mr. Fisher.
We'll be glad to have you aboard on our establishment. You start at 12 o'clock sharp.
Understood.
Alright, so you're in night shift. Jed walks off.
Thinking to himself, if I go during the night shift, I might be able to explore this place a little more. That animatronic there that looked like Nightwolf was a little too convincing. Who's this previous employee that eventually quit? Did he even quit? And what is that abandoned animatronic that's all the way in the back?
While David was looking around, a few kids ran past him playing with some of the animatronics that were in the area.
While taking a closer look at the animatronics, he started to notice a few things. Why do they all look like I know them? I'll have to investigate further. Heads back to the party room and then heads out. Or tries to.
A few hours later, after everything was finished, the kids left the building. 12 o'clock hits.
staying in the normal room of access, he continuously waits for answers.
Oh, seems like you're here.
Hey there.
Right on time too. Anyways, let me give you the basics. Over there is the office that you'll be staying in. There's a map inside, and there's also some tablets. There's a tablet in there to make sure that you have a good eye on the place. Now notes. Now notes. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. This equipment is rather expensive.
I see.
All right. In order to use, let me show you how to use tablet. To use tablet, you click on one of these boxes here to show the rooms, and also right here, if you click this button right here, it switches to the vent cam, so you can see what's going on in the vents. But you're probably not going to need them. Probably the worst thing that you'll see in there is probably a rat.
True.
All right. And that's pretty much it. And if you really need to, you'll be able to use the doors here. You'll be able to use the light. You'll be able to use the lights here to see if what animatronics are at the door, and you'll be able to close the doors by pressing this button. Now, no, you only have a limited amount of power. Normally, we will be able to say go into the basement, but we don't know what the keys are. So all I have to say is good night and good luck.
Understood.
The boss walks out.
Keeps an eye over everything. Takes a look around. Starts looking at the cameras and heads over to his office.
The phone starts ringing in the office.
Answers.
Hello? Hi there. So, welcome to the Wolfpack. Now, I worked before you, and it wasn't very easy. It was alright, but, I'm still getting used to the place. So, basically, the animatronics here tend to wander a bit. Now, I know,
Arrow? So that's why he was. That's who was here? Keeps listening. The guy said that he went to a different job, but notices this is pre-recorded. Oh boy. Just great.
Damn it.
Hello? Listens to the call. Heads over to the party room. Notices.
15 and getting there. It's steel, but robotic.
Thinking to himself, this looks exactly like Celestial.
It seems like Celestial was shut down, somewhat put into maintenance mode.
Celestial Tozuku? Celestial Tozuku?
Celestial looks up at Victor.
Hi there. Are you enjoying your stay at the Wolfpack?
Why, yes. Alright then. Celestial Tozuku, what is this place?
She looks at Victor.
This is Five Nights at the Wolfpack, where kids love to run around, have fun, play, enjoy the food here. We're basically here for your entertainment.
Interesting. In that case, what do you like to Celestial Tozuku, what do you like to do?
She leans forward, looking at Victor with her head tilted to the side.
What I like to do, I like to play guitar and hang out with the kids.
Thinking to himself, so my suspicions might actually be complete.
Celestial sits up straight.
Alrighty then. Well then. Besides answering questions, what services do you provide, such as singing, reading books, etc.?
toys for the kids.
I see. Was in deep thought. Something is heavily off. She sounds, looks, feels exactly like her. Not only that, I could sense an aura in both of the animatronics from earlier, Nightwolf and this one. How can an animatronic have an aura? Next question. When when all of you were performing earlier, do you guys remember some of the kids that you hang out with? For example, anyone you sing to or read books with, or does a new group of kids come every day?
Well, we have a certain type of thing when it comes to hanging out with the kids, like the VIP area. There's only a few that are there, though. I believe maybe 2 to 3. One is Dan, one is Jack, and another one, well, I think her name was Kilala. Yeah, that's it.
I see. Was thinking to himself again. No question about it. Something happened to them. Excuse me. Noticed and realizes. thinking to himself, starts tearing up a bit. Hides his tears and says, and hides his tears. All right. Last question. One of the people here said that one of their keys was missing. Do you know who might have a pair of keys with them?
Celestial doesn't respond to the question.
I see. That is all. Thank you for talking to me. Alrighty then. After asking all the after the last remark, he heads back to the office. Was in his office.
Koga starts powering on and looks around the area and then gets off stage.
Heard a noise. Tries to pay attention to it.
Koga keeps walking down the area and then sees a camp. He runs over to the cove on the right and hides behind one of the curtains not spotted.
Heard noises up until then, but didn't do anything just yet. What if it's true what I saw? I'm a lot more worried than I was before.
Koga runs underneath the cam, that way he doesn't get spotted, and starts running down the hall.
Could hear footsteps, but and started getting a little more paranoid.
Koga runs over to where the storage room was and sits in front of the door. Koga runs to where the storage room was. He looks at the cam that was sitting in front of the storage room. He sits down in front of the door and looks up at the cam. It seemed as if his eyes were black with a reddish bloodlust to it.
Looks in after looking through everything that he could, he starts looking at the cameras. As he was looking through the cam, he started noticing a few things.
Which means that
Gogo was sitting in front of the storage room cam. It seemed to glitch a bit, and Koga had vanished from the cam, and he was running down the hall towards the door to the office.
Looks at it, heard the noises and continuously starts to freak out, realizing what may be happening. Looks around the entire room.
Koga ran towards the door on the right and goes to move into the room.
Looks. Realizes and immediately hits the door.
Koga ends up hitting the door face first and hits it with his fist. Other movement could be heard from party room 1, and something runs out of it at quick speed.
Listens to it again.
As the animatronic from party room 1 was running towards the hall, it stops and looks at the camera near where the cove was, but also was near the girl's bathroom. She looks at the cam, waiting to see if anyone will notice she was there.
Looks over and completely notices.
She screams into the camera and swings her fist, punching the cam, breaking it. And then she moves, bolting down the hall, running towards the door on the left.
Immediate. Waits for the right moment. Pretends not to notice.
Celestial was running down the hall and sees the room door open on the left and goes to move in.
Shuts the door to the vent.
She stands looking at the door and then moves towards the window and then hits her fist against the glass, looking at Victor from the glass.
Looks at her. Was looking at Celestial, feeling intense agony. Celestial.
Celestial was staring at Victor. Another movement from the right was being heard, and someone was running towards the door quickly and goes to move in.
Shuts just before it could enter through here, it shut the door of the vent right in it was.
Celestial raises his arm and punches the glass, making it go towards Victor.
Moves out of the way as fast as he could.
Celestial and Koga start moving back towards their responded areas.
Feeling even more agony than before. Right as everyone left, he opens the doors back up, tries fixing the glass, and then heads back to his car.
Koga quickly bolts, turning around and runs towards the door that was reopened on the right and goes to attack Victor.
As soon as he approached the area, he immediately slammed the door as he was running at Victor. You think I wouldn't know you would try that, Koga?
Koga gives a growl under his breath and walks back to stage. Celestial had moved towards the left area but was staring at Victor through the glass that was broken.
Still feeling terrible.
Celestial moves her arm towards where the glass was broken, reaching towards Victor.
The glass was being fixed. Was already fixed, but
Celestial's hand hits against the glass, have a small crack in it.
noticed and heard. Takes a look at some of the other gadgets and whatnot, and tries to not consume as much energy.
Celestial heads backstage. Koga moves off the stage again, but moves towards the storage room on the right and sits in front of the door looking at the camera.
When he heard movement, he immediately looked towards the camera, all the cameras.
At the area where the cameras was, there was a small drawer that was right by. Inside there was a flashlight with a couple of batteries.
Was looking in. started realizing and closes and opens both of the doors.
As Koga was standing in front of the cam to the storage room on the right, there was something moving in the camera that Victor was looking at. It seemed to be something faint, but it couldn't be seen. And suddenly, it was right in front of him, giving him somewhat of a creepy stare. It seemed to look like Orihime, but it was somewhat of a phantom. The phantom jumps at Victor, making his vision and almost his ability to see blur up, and the phantom goes through him. And then Koga starts running towards the office.
I just had to have it happen. He closes his eyes. Realizes my ability to sense is dwindling, but waits for the right moment.
Koga starts running towards the office and goes to somewhat move into the room, but he ends up doing something to the door, making it stop working.
When he heard him earlier, he tried to shut the door immediately. Cram, my senses are so.
When Victor tried to shut the door wouldn't shut. It seemed to be busted in a sense to the point where it can't be shut.
God damn it, someone busted the door. Very well then. Had his eyes closed still and turned on the flashlight, though it was pointing at Koga somehow.
Koga gives a growl underneath his breath and backs up to out of the hall.
Starts realizing these fuckers are definitely out to get me. But why? Starts to remember some of the stuff that he read about the entire facility.
Koga has backed up towards the stage. The door seemed to start working again, seeming to go back into full function.
What was that? What was that? Look. That feeling. Heard a noise. And knew that the door was open. I started realizing the door is open, but it actually may be worthwhile not to use them at all. Turned off the flashlight, put it near him so that he could use it when ready. No longer a mystery anymore.
Celestial moves off stage and runs towards the office, but stops in front of the cove that was next to the girls' bathroom and looks at the cam that was busted, and then looks down towards the hall. Celestial starts moving towards the office, but stops in front of the window. She places her hand on the window, looking at Victor, and you can see as if a bloody handprint came from when she put her hand on the window.
Try to open his eyes up a little more to see it. Celestial.
Celestial moves towards the door, trying to go into the room.
Since I don't really want to use the doors at this point, I might as well try something out. Knows that Celestial was nearby and tries to shut the door.
Celestial stops looking in the window and then heads back to stage. Koga starts running down towards the hall again.
Before Koga could do anything, he immediately shuts the door, slamming him in the face.
Koga stops in front of the door when it shuts. He moves towards the window and raises up his hands, putting them on the window. You could see that his hands were completely covered in blood, as if the spring locks inside of his suit caused the blood to show from the openings of his suit.
Starts opening his eyes up a bit more than before and could see it all. So, they really did capture you. So I honestly don't see why there could be any appeal in a stubborn prick like you. But opens the doors again.
Koga starts heading back towards stage.
Opens his eyes fully back up again, taking a look at everything. Fixes up everything that he could, knows that some things are beyond repair, and shuts off the flashlight.
Power at 0%. System shutdown. Active.
Okay, you are a fucking troll.
Everything shuts off.
There was a glowing light coming from the stage. It seemed as if something was about to move from it.
Noticed.
A small noise can be heard. All the power, all the lights and everything comes back on. At the someone seems to be in the building, and they seem to be cleaning off the blood of two of the animatronics. I swear they don't pay me by the hour. Ugh. Alright, I should take care of them for now. Person seems to walk off.
Very good about the place. And stays in his office.
Alright. Now I can finally get these animatronics cleaned up again. Alright, let's see. Oh, look at that. Seems like one of the animatronics ain't working. Oh well, seems like I need to do the right thing in one of the rooms for maintenance. The person gets the animatronic and take them out and move them to another part of the location.
The animatronic, once it was taken out of the cove, seemed familiar to Amelia. It was wearing a blue hoodie, brown hair, blue tips, and a red eye and a blue eye.
Looks over and notices.
Alright, there you go. Looks like you need to stay in here for a little bit until maintenance is done. Alright. Alright, now time to clean up the rest. The guy wants to clean up the rest.
Heads over to the party room.
Hey there, what you doing? He kind of walks over.
Well, first off, I've noticed that some of the things around here are very peculiar to me.
What do you
But
mean,
even more
peculiar?
frightening, they resemble some of my friends.
Many people say that all the time. Yeah, but they're little kids, so obviously they think, oh, they could be like a good friend, or they resemble my friend. Sweet kind of stuff. Yeah, get the hell out, buddy. For you, it sounds rather creepy coming from an adult.
I'm saying they look exactly like them. You may not notice it, but one of the animatronics resembled one of my closest friends that I grew up with. Another person was like a sister to me.
Yeah, that's exactly what the last night guard said. Yeah, gee, you crazy kids and your stories.
Starts realizing if he's been here since the last person, and that would mean that realizes, thinking to himself, it's a setup. This business is.
Anyways, by the way, I think you should check in and see if there's any other messages. You know, there are times where your night shift isn't over. Who knows, you might
You're
get.
telling me that.
Yeah, I'm talking to you. You might actually have another message coming in. But I'm not 100% sure. I don't know what you do. I mean, you're the night guard, that's for sure. But I don't know if you're in that department as well. I recommend going back to the office and check and see if you have see if there's any messages for you.
I see. Heads back to the office. Heads to
Once Victor entered the party room, he could see Amelia sitting on the platform. She seemed to be shut down in some sorts, but it seemed like her hoodie was over her head. She seemed to not respond to a lot of things.
Celestial was. So it can only. That must mean I have to. I see. Amelia says last name. Amelia Minato.
Amelia powers on and looks up at Victor.
Alrighty then. First question. Emilia Minato. Do you how many security do you remember any of the last security guards that worked here?
Amelia doesn't respond to the question.
Waits a bit.
Amelia was looking at Victor, but still doesn't respond to the question that was asked. She said she was sitting up straight.
Nothing about the company, huh? Next question. Do you know about the... What are the names of the other animatronics, if you recall?
I can make this easy for you. I can name off every one of them. There's me, Shiro, who's the leader, Celestial, Koga, and Nightwolf. We lead the wolf pack, and the new one that just came in not too long ago is Tripwire. He is the newest member of the group.
Starts realizing. Shiro must have been spotted, of course. I can't do anything like he would probably do. Next question. What kinds of songs do you perform? Do you have a selection of songs that you guys perform?
want a song, it's already programmed inside of us, so we know. I can name some, but I prefer not to. I'd rather not, at the very least.
Understandable. There's got to be at least one question I can ask that it's probably programmed to not answer personal questions that might detriment the couple. Starts thinking. I get it. All right. Amelia Munita, last question. Do you besides knowing about the besides knowing all about the other animatronics, do you also know where they might be?
That's obvious the answer. Basically, it's the whole gist of the platform. Basically, first off, we have a tripwire in the party area behind the stage. Then you have Sorrow, Celeste, and Koga standing on stage. They're the leaders, of course. And then Nightwolf, the lone wolf, is on the right side for the boys. And then me, of course, is on the other side, the left, for the females. So that's pretty much all I can tell you at the very least.
I see. Alrighty. Immediately walks out and heads towards his office again. Gotta go, BRB. went over to his office.
After everything was said and done, after a couple hours for the kids playing around, it was back to the beginning of 12 p.m., beginning the second night.
Checks everything out again. Checks everything out, of course. Looks at the cameras as well as the animatronics. Checks everything out and makes sure to conserve as much energy than before. Listens and waits. Wait a second. Takes a look at his phone and other stuff.
The phone starts to ring again.
Answers.
Wow, I'm surprised. You actually managed to survive at least one night. That's good. I guess. Anyways, so apparently from one of our employees, one of the animatronics from one of the codes have been acting up. Apparently it was Amelia. Amelia started acting up for some odd reason, and they probably thought of, throwing her out. But apparently one person came in and fixed her program. Sounds good, huh? Right? Anyway, so apparently from what I've noticed with some of these animatronics, it's not easy to figure them out. The other ones that you have to watch out for are, well, basically, you have to watch out for a few others, I guess. Oh, jeez. Oh. I'm fine. I'm fine. I don't know what's going on with me. I'm just spacing out. Yeah, that's pretty much it, right? Excuse me. Anyway, so just keep an eye on the camera. Do what you did last time, but please be careful. Right? I'll be fine. Gotta go.
face palms. Yep, that's Gyro Tozaku for you. Starts realizing actually looks at the looks at the computers as well as his phone and starts realizing I can't get any cellular transmission over to anybody out here, but I may be able to. Completely reduces his phone to nothing more than a signal. Patches it to a wall that none of the animatronics would ever try to look at. Tries to convert it so that it wouldn't utilize a lot of energy, and then patches a signal from the computer to the phone, and then tries to send that signal to anyone from the outside area.
Toga starts powering on and looks around the area. Starts coming off of the stage again and then moves towards the right area to where the cove was. He looks over to the cove on the right. He gives a small smirk and then runs towards the storage area. He looks at the camera for the storage area and then starts running towards the door near the hall.
Listens to the noises.
So he keeps running towards the door where the office was and goes to move into the door.
Slams the door right as he enters.
Toga stops in front of the door once it was shut, and then he starts moving back towards stage. Celestial starts powering on and jumps off of the stage. She then runs towards Amelia's cove and stands in front of the girl's bathroom. She looks up at the camera, seeing it was completely fixed because of one of the employees.
Looks over at the camera where Celestial was at, and immediately looks down and shuts and opens the other door. Well, opens the door he just shut.
She looks at the camera and jumps, punching the camera, breaking it again. Then she starts running down the left hallway towards the door.
As soon as Celestial was nearby, he shined the light 3 times.
Celestial backs off and moves back to stage.
If I could just keep up this momentum, changing tactics, it might actually work. That way I don't use too much every time it happens. Looks around, still trying to patch a signal to the outside area.
Toga starts running down towards the hall again, towards the door.
Notices Koga coming. Simply flashes a light at his face.
The light didn't affect Koga, and he runs towards the power where the door was and tries to mess with the wire to stop the door.
Immediately gets up out of his seat, shining the light straight into his eyes. Oh no, you don't, Koga. You're not getting anywhere near that. I know it was you who set it off.
Koga gives a growl underneath his breath and starts moving back on down the right hallway and then moves back towards stage.
shuts off the light, heads back to his chair.
Celestial starts running down towards the left hallway again. She stops near the window and places her hand on the glass. When she smacked her hand on the glass cracks more.
Trying to break the glass little by little, or do you want to burst through again?
Celestial goes to move into the room.
Let's see if I can try this. I don't want to use too much, but as Celestial was utilizing the window to get through, Victor utilizes a small fraction of his powers to make the wall quake, hitting Celestial off of it.
Celestial moves back and then moves back towards stage.
Starts realizing, if I use this too much, I'll run out of energy too. Heads back to the chair. Lesson learned about this place: don't use too much energy in any regard. Too much and I can die. They said that there was a tripwire character. New guy. But who would be new other than Shiro? The previous employee was definitely Shiro Tosko, as evidenced here. But tripwire's the new member. Starts to realize he must have been one of the guys working on these animatronics.
There was something behind Victor, but he really couldn't sense what it was. It seemed to be a phantom of some sorts. It wasn't Korihime, but it looked similar to Jaggerjack. The phantom jumps through Victor, messing with his vision once again.
When his eyes were blinded, he closed his eyes. Enough of you! Utilizes his powers to push the phantom back. The phantom is just getting really annoying. Keeps his eyes closed. Well, at least my senses aren't as dulled as last time. Seems they got a fresh reboot off of it. However, if I try sensing their aura, then I could end up getting killed too. This actually might work. Sits back into his chair, and while his eyes were closed, he meditates, enhancing all of his other senses. Not his sight, though. Completely shuts off his sight in order to heighten his other senses. Thinking to himself, I've thankfully memorized how to utilize a computer, so I have that thanks to muscle memory.
Celestial and Koga were standing near the halls. They both look at each other and nod and run towards the doors at full force.
Shuts both of the
Yeah,
doors.
I want to be.
Shuts both of the doors immediately.
Koga and Celestial both move towards the windows of each door side and stand near the door. Celestial hits her fist against the door, not the door. Hits her fist near the window, making it crack even more, almost to the point of breaking. While Koga just stood near the window, giving a small growl, yet almost a glare towards Victor.
Could hear both of those things. Thinks to himself, if I use my powers, then she'll just bait me into attacking. And if I try to fix that thing while she's doing it, then I'll inevitably lose. Based on their exterior, they wouldn't feel a thing.
As Victor was looking at both of them, he could see blood on Koga's hands, same with Celestial's. It seemed as if the spring locks in them have tightened to make it seem the blood coming out of the openings of the suit.
Utilizes his senses and realizes when Koga was near the door. Opens it, shining a flashlight at Koga.
Koga gives a growl and starts moving back towards stage, while Celestial moves back towards stage as well.
Thinking to himself, good thing I brought some extra flashlight batteries in case anything happens. I won't be able to fix anything here, though. The software is dated, so it's bound to get screwed over.
Celestial and Koga look at each other and start speaking to each other. They both nod and look towards the cove on the right.
Notices and realizes they're planning just as much as I am. Guess they do remain in spirit. Celestial knows my every pattern, so she'll probably know what I'm going to do next. And Koga, of course, is a stubborn ass. He'll just do whatever he wants. Opens the doors and keeps the flashlight off, but is prepared for any sudden movement. Come on, waste your time.
Koga and Celeste look at the cove on the right.
I think it's time for the wolf to come out and play with its prey. Aren't I right, Celestial?
Was listening.
I agree. I think it's time for Night Wolf to come out of his little hiding place, to come out and have a hunting fun.
As his phone was utilizing a signal and power the computer signal was 8% higher due to giving out a signal. So ratio is still maintained. However, I need to conserve as much energy as possible.
Night Wolf walks off this platform for the wolf den.
Just wait for that. Did you just call me a pig?
Unfortunately, quick BRB.
Night Wolf moves into the arcade and stares at the camera.
Looks at the camera and sees Nightwolf. They have minds of their own, and they know my every step now. I'm losing hope every second. Amelia, Celestial, Koga, now Nightwolf, Shiro. That's what became of him. I have to look further. Those corporate bastards might be the reason why nobody knows about it. Covering up evidence and trying to hide it, and trying to make the janitor and myself look insane. They're purposely trying to cover up this whole incident. Someone must be working with them. That tripwire dude, actually, he could be the guy that was working on them originally. If that's the case, then I'm already out of luck. Quick, BRB. All right. Looked at the camera and noticed Nightwolf. Was looking at the camera where Nightwolf was. Victor was looking at the camera where Nightwolf was.
It also odd, but it also severity of Jack is very. It moves and attacks Victor, but it completely vanishes.
God damn it, what the hell was that? What the hell was that? Looks around, noticing. Where the hell did he go? Must have wanted to blind me for a second so that I would slow my senses. Alrighty then. Closes his eyes
Nightwolf
once again.
runs out of the arcade to starts the door.
Looks over at the arcade. Starts to think about what he just saw and realizes Jack. starts getting frustrated.
Attempts to go through the door.
Looks over at Nightwolf, studying him intensely.
Celestial and Koga were watching from stage. Koga gets off stage and gets ready to move.
Pays attention to them.
Nightwolf heads back towards the wolf den.
Koga starts bolting down towards the down the right hallway and then runs towards the door to the right.
Notices Koga.
Koga goes to move into the room.
Immediately shuts the door before he could enter.
Koga hits face first into the door and shakes his head. Blood was running down his face from the openings of the suit. He stands up and starts moving back towards stage.
Quickly opens the door, waiting for his opportunity.
Celestial moves off stage and runs towards the left. She runs towards the left door, but she stops near the mirror. She looks at Victor through the window and had her hand on the glass. There was a bloody handprint on the glass.
Looks over at the glass.
Victor should see that there was a bloody handprint on the glass of the window, and Celestial was staring at him with these lifeless, dead eyes.
Develops a frown and looks away.
Celestial tilts her head and hits her hand on the glass as it cracks and then breaks.
Without looking behind him, he flashes the light 3 times.
The flashlight being flashed to Celestial didn't work. She just stands there looking at Victor.
How funny. Was still able to sense Celestial.
Celestial goes to move into the room.
Honestly, I got nothing left. Waits for Celestial to pounce.
Seems like the animatronics do roam around. Not a big surprise. Alright, I'll get these animatronics all cleaned up. Hmm. Alright, seems like these animatronics are slowly getting cleaned up. Like I said, they were baby by the hour, but it's rather getting annoying. Baby by the hour, I'd be a freaking millionaire by now. By the way, I've actually been noticing something about you. The person that was cleaning the animatronics turned towards Victor. You seem to be looking around, snooping a lot. Now, I wonder if you're a part of that company, or used to. If you are, you might as well speak up. If not, then, like I said, you might as well tell me before some words get out.
Explains his position.
I see, so you're here to find out what has been going on. Apparently you have some of these people, that need some information about this place and wants to know where some of your friends are missing. I don't know. I haven't seen anybody that looks exactly like these animatronics. Now, maybe one, but I don't remember who. It's been a long time. I'm starting to go crazy myself. Anyways, it seems like it's
Wait,
7, and it seems
hold
like
on.
7, seems like it's 7 a.m. right now.
Wait, hold on. You said you might have gone crazy too. I'm just gonna let you know that all they did was offer me the position for night guard. This whole trying to find answers is actually just my personal quest. In any event, though, I wasn't tasked with finding out what was happening in the company here, say. However, there is something about. When I was just now you said you might have been crazy. Did you try telling someone about this before?
Well, I mean, I don't fully remember. I mean, I know I worked here for a long time, but I don't remember seeing anything too crazy. I mean, I seen the animatronics roam around at night. That's the most I've seen. Is to make sure that their gears and stuff don't lock up.
Then here's a question. The last worker here, apparently his name was Shiro Tozuku. However, had a recording of what Amelia said about Shiro being animatronic.
Wait, Amelia, you're talking about the animatronic I put in the one room the other night?
Yeah.
So that explains that. Alright. Anyways, by the sounds of it, you got pre-recorded message on that little phone of yours.
It's more or less. I'm a very cautious man, so I try to find as much as I can about something. However, this place eludes everything about this company.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Some people say the same thing. But I'm gonna let you know something. Maybe if you do your job, maybe while you do your job, you can probably find some new information that you probably might need.
True. Started remembering. I'll take your words as advice. Thank you.
No problem.
Heads back to his office. If I focus on doing my job, I might get more answers. Starts looking through the computer and finds loads of information he couldn't find before, but at the same time, he still had questions in him. When he looked at previous camera footage and found that most of it had been wiped.
The phone starts ringing.
Answers.
Hello? Hello? Anyone there?
Hi there.
Oh, good. At least someone's there. All right, I came to let you know. We're going to need your little assistance there. Since you're there, we kind of need your help. There's an animatronic in the back. There's an animatronic in the back that needs maintenance check. It was one of the animatronics that we had here when you first started working. I believe their name was Tripwire, if I'm correct. We need you to go to the back and follow the instructions that's on the cassette tape. Basically, we're going to have you check and see how the maintenance is working for the animatronic. The rest of the information will be displayed on the cassette.
Understood.
All right, have a wonderful day.
Heads over to where Tripwire was.
The room seems to be a room that is dark all around, besides where there's a wooden table, a piece of paper, pencil, a cassette, and in front of it seems to be the animatronic sitting down on a chair. Seems to be not working.
Listens.
Oh, okay. So, this is a pre-recorded message. I will let you know that these are the following steps that you should take to make sure if the animatronic is salvageable. The animatronic in front of you was one that we found at an abandoned pizzeria. We don't know of its origin and it's yet to be discovered. We need you to do some tests with it. Right next to the cassette player, is the company taser. You may be able to shock the thing 3 times, but if you shock it more than that, the animatronic might get busted up, and it will be liability on your end. Now, begin audio. Begin audio in 3, 2, 1. So, almost kind of like a metallic screeching sound was being played on the cassette for a little bit. Document results. On the piece of paper, it says at the top, check mark and see if the animatronic moved. Check no if it did. Check yes if it did. Check unsure if you're not 100%. The animatronic didn't seem to move at all.
Follows instructions.
Begin next audio tape in 3, 2, 1.
Does so.
It seems to be like something like scraping up against something, almost like knives against knives. Document results.
Does so.
When Victor looks up back at the animatronic, its head seems to move a bit, almost looking towards Victor.
Takes note of it.
Begin audio prompt in 3, 2, 1.
Plays.
The sound. It was the sound of children laughing and playing. Document results.
Does so.
The animatronic looks directly at Victor with its eyes glowing and mouth open.
Looks at it. Does nothing.
Begin audio prompt in 3, 2, 1. This is the sound of broken glass and screams. Document results.
Begins.
While Victor was writing on the paper, the animatronic grabbed Victor by his collar sleeve with his hook and him upside the head by headbutting it, and then drops Victor on the floor, and it sounds of running out. You have lost the salvage, and now something's loose in the pizzeria.
Takes tries to do everything he can to stop it.
The animatronic seems to be running somewhere. Seems to be running around trying to lose Victor.
Running away or hoping to lure me? Chases after it.
The animatronic seems to do a couple of quick twists and turns, and seems to be hiding somewhere, losing sight, and Victor loses sight of it.
When he tried to sense, he noticed it's purely metal, and it's homicidal. Although it ran away, it must be trying to get back to where I work. Begins his own voice recording. Results of the instructions I was given. It seems that the subject is temperamental, malfunctioned, as if it was messed with. Its behavior, it tried to run away. There was broken glass and screaming, but from the evidence, I didn't see anybody getting hurt. It's trying to run away. Back to whoever it was that made him, or back to kill. Unknown results. When I tried tracking it down, I wasn't able to. It's purely metallic. End recording. Heads back to where he was working. Calls up the number that called him beforehand.
Hello? Hello?
Hello there, it's me again.
How did everything go?
Definitely not good. I went when I went back there and did all the instructions. It seemed to have a hook. It took care of my senses and was able to get away. When I tried to find a way to track it, there was only one way. But then I'd end up getting out of my range. However, I did note something. When it was in that facility, it seemed abandoned. When I followed through all the instructions, however, that's when it went haywire. Its nature that it ran away. When I tried chasing after it, it kept running. It didn't want anything from me, almost as if it was looking for something, and saw me as an obstacle.
Well, I mean, there is a way to lure certain salvage animatronics. It's, most animatronics, those who have now passed the test or those who are required to take another test usually end up in party room 1, basically where you ask it questions. Maybe it might be there. Who knows? Maybe if you check there, it might be sitting in a chair.
I see. All right. I'll let you know any further results.
Oh, good luck.
Hangs up. Heads over to all the rooms he could find that weren't the other two he found. Stumbles across one with him in it.
In party room 1, the animatronic was sitting on the chair.
Its code name Tripwire.
You are new.
I am. The previous nightman. Can you describe him?
Even though I was transferred here not too long, I heard rumors and missing files where I was. Black hair is what I know.
Definitely points to it. You were working at a pizzeria. What was your main purpose?
I was part of a horror attraction. One that causes fear to all.
The
Probably
animatronics,
one.
the animatronics sits straight up.
In other words, probably for events like Halloween or Horror Nights, specific events catered to kids who can handle it. Or not.
He leans forward, answering the question.
I was somewhat rather not kid friendly. They made it where I was in a separate part of the pizzeria, locked away, where teenagers tried to flee. But I always get my prey.
Notices. Was deep in thought. Part of a pizzeria. A business made to scare people.
He sits back a bit.
A pizzeria. A place full of animatronics like Shiro, Amelia, Celestial, the Wolf Pack. That's their name. The Wolf Pack. One of the animatronics claimed that you were one of the newest members.
I was brought here because the rivals of this place was our rivals. The boss lost a bet, and now I'm here, away from home, away from them.
Did you want to be with them? Or was it forced on you?
All I know is this. Telling stories reminds me of something long ago, but it's faint.
Telling stories reminds you of someone from long ago. Talking. Feeding. Close his eyes. Scaring. They're all part of the same company. The one that you were a part of. Starts realizing remembering some of the stuff he analyzed from the computer earlier. When you were working with the other company, they were allied with the company that you're now a part of. You said the main head of yours lost a bet and you were transferred here. I think they intended for you to come here. The animatronics, they tried to kill me earlier. You were here because you always get your prey. And then
The animatronic is staring at him and leans forward a bit.
does nothing.
After a little bit, he sits straight up.
It's starting to make sense. The previous person you said that worked above you said had black hair, and that's all you know. However, I know the only person who worked as a night guard that became an animatronic. The janitor earlier today said that he might have gone crazy too. There's more to that man than meets the eye since he's been working here for years. I think he's the guy that shuts up the most. That's why they don't target him. Animatronics, shutting up anyone who tries to find evidence, starts to realize one of the animatronics might not fit with this wolf pack. I think there's someone that might be working to sabotage any efforts to try to find information. Earlier today, when I was looking at the video feed, almost all of it was erased except for my position. However, looks over. Question. When you were working at the pizzeria, was there any other time that someone from my company came over to yours?
Memories fade, but I know of one. Big. He looked like a big person. Kind of like one of those egotistical bosses. They were talking about something about expanding. I don't know, but it makes me sick.
Expanding. I see. As a businessman, expanding means to spread more branches across the area. That means that's how they shut them up. When they ally with people, they try to see if they can make a merger with them, getting rid of the old staff in order to make sure no traces of the original would come into contact with them. They make mergers in order to take over that section, expand their area, get rid of people who can oppose them. And if anybody doesn't shut up, and if anybody tries to be talkative about it, they send them off. Although I'm known to have a lot of paranoia, so I could be totally wrong.
The animatronic still sits there.
It's only my second position, my second day, although later today will be my third. Very well. Alrighty then. Thank you for your time. Heads back. Heads back to his office.
After everything was set in stone and everything else. After everything was set and the kids came in and had fun, the night goes to 12. It's 12 a.m. Beginning of the third night.
Looks around, analyzing everything that he could once more.
The phone starts to ring.
Answers.
Shara begins to speak on the phone.
Okay, no, this is alright. No, I have to be seeing things. No, I'm not. You see, they're moving, they're trying to kill me. They told me this was part of the plan. They told me that they want to do this. This is why. What they do, the way they act, they're hiding something. I know they are. Avoid the store series, I don't know. I'm losing it. I'm seeing things, I'm hearing things, the bands are popping out of nowhere. I'm completely losing my mind. It was because of them. Because of me. It's their fault. They told me it would be part of this plan. They lied.
Trying to shut him up.
I'm gonna die by these things. I'm gonna die here. I'm so dead for this. There's nothing left. There's nothing left of them. They're just looking for cold blood. It's over. I'm done for.
Keeps listening.
The call ended from there.
Hangs up, realizing. Looks like that old janitor was right. Maybe Shara and I are crazy. However, looks around. I can use this place to my advantage. And
Amelia moves out of her cove. She starts walking down the hallway, but something seemed to be odd with her. One of her eyes were completely black and white, while the other one was flickering underneath her bangs. Her arms seemed like they were completely limp for a few bits. She walks up to a window and looks at Victor, almost seeming as if she was going to cry, but when she cried, blood-like tears came down her face. She begins to speak.
looks over and was terrified.
Amelia had her hand on the glass and there was a bloody handprint on it. He moves her hand, dragging the blood, and then starts walking back to her cove, dragging the blood from her hands on the wall.
Gets infuriated, but doesn't go crazy. Thinking to himself, do not go crazy. You'll consume yourself. If I use too much energy all at once, I'll be dead just like Shiro. Besides, looks over at his phone. It's a good thing this whole thing has been recorded. Although, no facial recognition. They wouldn't believe me even if I submitted it. Amelia's self-aware at least. However, she's bound to the programming. Now I'm really mad.
Something appears in front of Victor, and it seems like Jack projected Victor again in a sense. It was very pissed off and aggressive.
Could barely understand what it heard, what it said. Starts re-listening to himself and then realizes even if I wanted to, was really pissed off even more than before. Gets teary-eyed. I won't be controlled by this company. His eyes were completely red. Doesn't try to attack. Instead, he searches through everything he could with the computer.
Jack looks at Victor. It seemed like he was very pissed off.
Was looking through it. If it was really my fault, then just try to kill me. Turns the entire computer into a signal that was sent directly to Zek. Stares down the wolf with menacing eyes. It's my fault for everyone getting involved with this. Question. Is it because I didn't pay attention to you guys? Is it because I wasn't here for several months? Is it because I didn't come to your aid for several months while I was at war? Is it because I was ignorant to the fact that I didn't think you guys would be weak enough to be pulled down to this level? Or is it really because you don't even know what I'm saying? Slams the door in the wolf's face.
The wolf vanishes, but it didn't seem like it was really damaged by the door. It seemed as if it was some type of an illusion.
Eyes glow back to normal. Starts realizing it was an illusion.
An alarm, something plays on one of the monitors. Due to the fact that we've been having technical difficulties with all the electronic, the power will slowly start draining much more faster to conserve electricity. In order to restart the electricity, you must head to the generator in the downstairs area. The keys to the generator are. It powers off.
Starts to remember. Earlier this week, they said that the keys were stolen. Or rather, well, that's what I'm thinking. Shiro became crazy. I became crazy. 3 nights of hell. Sometimes doing your job can yield the best results. If I really want to get the best out of this place, I'll have to wait here another night. I have a feeling I know who has the keys now more than ever. Was looking at the camera that Nightwolf was in.
Nightwolf walks into the arcade and accidentally drops the key to the basement and then bolts towards the door.
Was already out of his chair. Slammed the door at Nightwolf's face, making him hit against it. Then opened the door and quickly grabbed the keys, closing the door again.
When Victor had left the room, something was heard as almost like fallen metal, but it seemed like something had hit the floor, making a loud thud on the floor.
Heard. What the hell was that?
Nightwolf hears the thud and turns around and bolts towards the thud.
Victor put the keys to the storage and generator and keeps them with him so that he wouldn't lose them.
In the basement where the generator is, seems to be a bunch of broken up pieces of discarded animatronic parts. The generator, and nearby is a cassette tape.
I wasn't heading there.
Jack appears right in front of Victor, very pissed off.
Thinking inside his head, speaking to Jack. Is Celestial becoming an animatronic really my fault? Is it really my fault for what's happening? It's my fault for allowing her, huh? For allowing her to become this. If that's really it. Then get out of my mind. His eyes were bluish, and he fixes his head straight.
Jack had vanished again.
Another illusion. My guilt must be becoming hatred, frustration. I'm feeling guilty. Therefore, an entity took place of my frustration and used it to guilt trip me. Was holding on to his necklace. Forgive me, Celestial. Shadow. Everybody. I humbly accept the punishment that I've taken. heads down to the basement. Yes.
In the basement, there was a few animatronic pieces all over. There was a generator, and there was a cassette tape nearby.
Heads over to the cassette player.
Once getting closer to the cassette taper, it felt weird. It seems like unnatural.
Nightwolf picks up Amelia's body off the ground, puts it back in her den, and puts an out of order sign in front of the den.
The cassette starts to play. Oh, hello there. Welcome to my home. I really hope you get to play with me. I see that you make yourself at home. Or are you here for another reason? Anyways, I'm here to let you know that we're gonna have lots of fun together. Now, it will take me a while for me to be whole again. I really hope that you don't have to leave so soon. But I will explain the rules to you. But you know, it takes a lot of time. Usually what you do is you have to click a couple of buttons to make sure that each thing is online. And also, to turn the generator off, you pull the red switch. Now, it doesn't work by turning it off and on. You turn it off, you pull the switch back up, and then you have to wait for all the percentages to load. Now, as you can see, I'm everywhere. Soon I'll be whole again, and then we can have lots of fun. Forever. Now, if you don't want to have fun with me, which is sad, then all you have to do is make sure that I don't become whole. But my parts are sensitive to light, so really hope you kept the flashlight handy. We're gonna be the best of friends.
Immediately upon hearing that, he flashes in the direction of the entity.
The parts seem to be like moving, but once they get hit with the light, they stop moving.
Does what he needs to turn on the generator.
By the looks of it, in order for the percentages to go up, he needs to hold down a button for each one. There's a total of 7 buttons. He needs to hold down each button to make sure that they're 100%.
Keeps his flashlight ready and does as instructed.
The first one, as it gets near to 70%, here can be heard from behind.
Turns around, flashes.
The piece one the arms got closer, and then it stopped in place. As you were looking at the animatronic thing, the percentage was slowly going down, but not as fast as it was going up. It was going half the speed that it is going down.
Kept one hand on the button, and the other one was flashing in every direction.
The generator's piece got one. The flashlight starts flickering.
Replaces the batteries. right when it hit 100.
The sound of shuffling can be heard as you replace the batteries.
Don't even bother. I can hear your footsteps a mile away. Oh, and as for the statement you said earlier, I'm not interested. As soon as the light was flashed on, he flashed it.
One of the arms snapped into place, and a leg was very close to close to the torso.
Right as it left, he shut off the light and then continued to do all the other generator buttons.
The As the generator buttons were going up, more shuffling sounds can be heard. More likely, water is moving.
Starts realizing, shuffling around, scaring me, and a flooded basement. Turns on the generator, immediately bolts out of the place.
As you were starting to head out, the animatronic was fully set up and starts chasing after.
They always run away. As soon as he got near the door, he waited in anticipation.
The animatronic, it gets closer to the light, the animatronic seems to be made of a bunch of amalgamated parts. It got closer and started to leap at the door.
Immediately gets behind the door, slamming it in its face.
You hear a bit. You heard two big splashes being made, and on the other end, it sounded like crying.
Realizes and was listening. Child. Anticipated an attack, but opened the door anyway.
You see that the body of the animatronic was laying down on the floor. The head was flung on the other end of the room. Why you gotta be mean? I only want to play.
Out of pity, it puts the animatronic back together.
Thank you. I guess we could be friends now. Forever. The animatronic grabs Victor and holds him in place.
As if I didn't see this coming.
You wouldn't want to leave. Guess you'll be my friend now.
Kid, you're hardly unpredictable, was glaring at the kid.
I'm pretty sure your friends won't work on me. I know you're my friend.
You know, as playful as you were, did you happen to see someone else here the last time? Maybe a previous security guard?
You're the first. I heard noises. But will matter, friend. You're safe down here. As long as you're here, they won't catch you. They won't tear you apart. They won't call you a monster.
You want to know something they teach you in the army?
Huh?
Had a blade nearby him. When you're an army soldier, sacrifices have to be made. Takes his blade and cuts his arm off where the kid was holding onto it.
The animatronic lets go and grabs the arm and tries to pop it back in place.
Grabs the arm, uses it to throw the animatronic back towards the basement, and yanks it hard.
I have a friend. But you're just like them. You're a monster.
You're kinda wrong, actually. Without this arm, I may not be able to do well. The last animatronic died as a human to become friends with you. He was so crazy, he ended up embracing that he would become an animatronic. I'm probably no different. However, for I will be as alive as much as possible. Get out of here. Do not try to get involved. If you do see me as an animatronic, yes, I will be friends with you. But until then, get out of my sight.
If I get out of your sight, what about them? They see you. They know you're here.
Heads back to his office.
Jack appears in front of Victor again. Jack appears in front of Victor.
Heads over to the cove.
When Victor headed over to Amelia's cove, it seemed a bit odd. Amelia wasn't working properly. It seemed like her whole body system was shut down. But where Amelia was picked up from, blood was left from it. But it seemed like her body was shut down, and in front of the cove was a sign that said "out of order."
Looks over at it.
Amelia was just sitting in the cove. She wasn't doing anything. It seemed like she was completely shut down.
Takes every bit of it. Looks at it.
Amelia didn't move whatsoever.
Was mourning.
Very lovely. You're muted.
So, everyone, we will end it off there. It was a lovely story. We will continue on the next episode. Everyone sign off as you know.
Well, this is Celestial Enderhound signing off. See you all in the next one with the mischievous plans.
This is Dusk Fox signing off fabulously.
This is Victor Hale signing off.
And this is Piper signing off.
And this is your lovely host, Nightwolf Kuro, signing off. See you fuck to the next one.
Get some tacos.
Goodbye.